Hey, it's Chad Hasty, host of the Chad Hasty Show, which airs weekday mornings 8:30 to 11 a.m. Central Time on NewsTalk 95.1 FM and 790 a.m. KFYO. Remember when former President George W. Bush left office and he kind of got out of the spotlight? You didn't hear much from the former president, unless, of course, he was raising money, raising funds for wounded warriors. The former president maybe would pop up every now and then at different appearances, but the former president never spoke out against the then current president, Barack Obama. He had numerous opportunities to. He probably disagreed with Barack Obama on a wide amount of issues, but the former president never came out and said anything disparaging about former President Barack Obama. Never did it. And why? It was because the former president, George W. Bush, modeled his post-presidency like his father's post-presidency. Former president keeps quiet, keeps to himself, does a few good things, raises some money, travels the world, does some good things for other people, talks about raising money for different causes that are out there in the world, comes back home and go and read in your presidential library. That's what a former president does. That's what a former president should do. Former president doesn't want to contradict a current sitting president. George W. Bush said that many times, that the American public isn't served well by two presidents contradicting each other, by a former president critiquing the current president of the United States. It was admirable of George W. Bush. Current, I guess now former President Barack Obama not taking the same tack at all. The Senate released their plan for the repeal and replacement of Obamacare, and it's not perfect, not anywhere close to being perfect. In fact, you've got Republican senators that know it's not perfect. That includes Senators Ted Cruz, Rand Paul, Mike Lee, and others who have come out and said, this thing needs a little bit of work before we can vote on it. So there's still a lot of landmines for the repeal and replacement of Obamacare. And say I'm pessimistic, if you will, but I guess you could say the level of optimism I have, call me pessimistic, a level of optimism I have that anything is going to get close to repealing and replacing Obamacare, to me, isn't real good. Chances aren't real high. I hope I'm wrong on that. I hope the Republicans will actually get something done when it comes to repealing and replacing Obamacare. And my hope is that it will drive down cost and that people will understand that they will be covered because we have wonderful health care in this country, though health insurance in this country may be lacking. Two different issues. Anyway, back to Obama. President Obama, the former president, taking to Facebook today and calling the GOP health care plan harmful. The headline from the Washington Post, Obama on GOP health care plan, this bill will do you harm. Former president writing on Facebook that this is not a health care bill, but instead a massive transfer of wealth from middle class and poor families to the richest people in America. He called on Americans to push back against congressional Republicans. Quote, simply put, if there's a chance you might get sick, old, or start a family, this bill will do you harm, the former president wrote. Small tweaks over the course of the next couple of weeks under the guise of making these bills easier to stomach cannot change the fundamental meanness at the core of this legislation. Former President Obama also wrote that I hope there are still enough Republicans in Congress who will remember that public service is not about sport or notching a political win, that there's a reason we all chose to serve in the first place, and that is hopefully to make the people's lives better, not worse, the former president wrote. Okay, a couple of things here. Number one, you were all about, former President Obama, you were all about scoring political wins. You weren't all about working with the Republicans, getting everybody together, building consensus. You railroaded Republicans. You did not give a damn what Republicans felt or wanted. You did not give a damn about Republican voters and conservative voters, and you often derided them. Let's not forget about your clinging to the guns and Bible quote that you had during your campaigns. Republicans. Former President Obama, I appreciate that you say that you want the Republicans to work with the Democrats. How about flipping it around and the Democrats work with the Republicans? The Republicans worked with your Democrats much more than they ever should have while you were in office. And in fact, the Republicans gave up a lot when they decided to just stand back and let you and some of the Democrats pass Obamacare. The Democrats need to work with the Republicans on this, not the other way around. The Republicans are in the majority. The Republicans control the House, Senate, and the White House. Let's not forget about that. Your call for resistance is not needed, and it does not help. It does not help that you, a former president, are speaking out against the current Congress and against the current president of the United States. You, sir, should go away for a while. Respectfully, of course. Go away. Go away. You did enough harm to this country. We don't need to be hearing from you right now. Republicans, it's time for you to buckle up and to do your job. Pass a repeal and replace bill that will lower costs and that will actually get rid of Obamacare. Get rid of the individual mandate. Get rid of so much of this so that way taxes can be lowered and that way premiums can come crashing down. Of course, if I had it my way, the government would get out of the insurance business altogether. Just open up those state lines, allow insurance companies to compete against each other, and bring down the cost that way. Still a long ways to go in this battle to replace and repeal Obamacare, and it doesn't help when the former president of the United States is taking shots at the U.S. Senate, U.S. House, and, of course, the current president of the United States. President Obama, again, respectfully, go away.